Hi everyone, this is Mehmet. Welcome to our Salesforce intro session today. Thank you for sharing your beautiful Sunday with us today. I am going to be the panelist today, and I would like to wait another couple minutes to others to join because we are keep getting some calls. I'm gonna be on mute a few more seconds, then we are going to start. All right, everybody, I don't want to wait you guys too much. As I said, my name is Mehmet. I'm going to be your panelist today. In this Salesforce intro session, we are targeting to explain what the Salesforce is and why all these companies, they prefer to work with the Salesforce, and also as a human being, why we would like to get some Salesforce jobs, and why do you guys need to choose the Fortune Tech also. So let's get started. I'm gonna welcome you guys all for your new career. And I'm going to start with the what is Salesforce. So Salesforce, it defines itself like this way. It is Salesforce is the #1 CRM technology. We need to know what the CRM is, by the way. The CRM is customer relationship management. What does it mean? Like, you can imagine like this way. There are some companies, they would like to build some applications. And there are some customers, these companies, they are targeting these customers. And Salesforce is in between these companies and the customers, the company's customers. And while Salesforce providing the best solutions to the companies, at the same time, it provides easy understanding and easy usage for the end users. End users are the customers like us in daily life. So Salesforce is UI friendly, which is user interface friendly technology. That's why it is easy to understand, easy to use for the customers. Second of all, Salesforce is a software as a service CRM company. What does it mean? Basically, I can say Salesforce is a cloud-based technology. When I say cloud, you can easily imagine nowadays we are all using the iPhones and Android phones, and we would like to need some extra spaces sometimes. And when we need these spaces, we need to buy extra storage from the iCloud, for example. This is the same thing. So that iCloud, it is not in your phone or your MacBook physically. Instead, it is in the cloud. Salesforce is the same thing for the companies. If they would like to use the Salesforce, they don't need to keep some extra physical storage in their company. They can use Salesforce cloud storage, like we do in our daily life. And also, Salesforce is has a multi-tenant architecture. What does it mean? I'm just gonna try to give the basic examples to make it more understandable. If you think about Salesforce is a building which has like 10 units inside. Each unit has tenants inside that unit. And these tenants, they will be able to share some common technologies if they are living at the same building, which is Salesforce. If any company use Salesforce, if they would like to, they can share some common technologies, which is gonna make their life easy. So in the beginning, I said Salesforce is preferred by the companies, right? Why? Because if there is an idea to build an application, first of all, we need that idea. After that, we need to buy some hardwares. We need to buy some softwares. And also, we need to define some user access. Also, we need to get some analytic reports from this application. We need to test this. After that, we are going to be able to publish this application. These are all about money, because while you are buying some hardwares, these are like big servers, like then you need to buy a software. Think about, like, even if you need a Microsoft Office in your laptop, you need to buy that license. That kind of softwares, they have biggest budgets to buy these softwares. Instead of all these steps here, if any company work with the Salesforce, Salesforce will be able to provide all these steps for the companies. In that way, it is going to be very cost-effective solution for the companies. That's why they prefer to work with the Salesforce. At the same time, if they work with Salesforce, they will be able to provide at the end as a desktop or any mobile application. So Salesforce provides user-friendly application, as we said. Since it is a cloud-based, it is reachable from anywhere if you have internet. Since we said Salesforce cloud-based technology, we need to know what different type of clouds Salesforce has. I put an image here, and I just put some numbers top of the clouds according to their priority. Salesforce, when I was starting, I was thinking it is just an application. Yes, it's an application, but it has huge details inside. According to the cloud base, like, first of all, in the current market, Sales Cloud is the #1 priority, I can say. People are using this one as a to provide their whole sales process. The second one is the Service Cloud, and third one is the Marketing Cloud. I'm gonna explain the details about these top 3 clouds on the next slide. By the way, right now I'm explaining at the end of this session. I'm just gonna try to end up within 30 minutes. After then, I'm gonna be able to get some questions. I try to cover all the questions, common questions. It will be considered by the customers or the students. That's why I prepare this slides according to that questions, but I'm sure you are gonna have more questions at the end. Sales Cloud, it includes entire sales process. And also, at the end, companies would generate their own revenues. That makes all the business very easy for the companies, and they can grow their accounts, they can find their customers, they can close their deals faster. For the Service Cloud, I can give you an example. For example, say you buy a smart TV for your home. After you set up the smart TV in your home, you had some issues about, like, maybe setup, maybe after the setup you having some issues. What you need to do is you are making a call to the customer service, or you are just doing the live chat with them, and you are trying to get a response from them. If any company use the Service Cloud, this is the same thing. Customers can easily raise their case, we call them case, they can report it, and in the company, that problem or issue, that case, it will go directly to the related department. What is the good thing about the companies? All these things will be automatically by the Salesforce. They don't need to hire somebody to work extra people in their customer service. And for the Marketing Cloud, it helps to navigate the entire customer journey on only one platform. While you are getting the Salesforce Bootcamp, you are going to be able to get the training about the Sales Cloud, because that is the number one nowadays on the market. So we said companies, they prefer to work with the Salesforce. What type of companies work with the Salesforce? I can say all the big companies, or we can call them FANG companies in IT world. FANG companies are, FANG is an acronym, so Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, all the big companies, they already switched to the Salesforce because it makes their job easier, and also their customers are happy. So until this point, I explained why companies prefer the Salesforce. From now, I will explain why people want to get a Salesforce job. Because according to the IDC, IDC is the International Data Corporation, the expectation is by 2026, 9.3 million jobs they are expecting as related to the Salesforce ecosystem. This is a huge opening. That's why, like, you are gonna be able to hear Salesforce anywhere around you. It is getting common. And I'm gonna share a few graphics about 2020 and 2021, because Salesforce is not only one CRM company. There are some others like Oracle, SAP, Adobe, Microsoft. But if you check this graphic, you are going to be able to easily see that from 2016 especially until 2020, there is a regular growth in Salesforce, which has right now 19.8% of the whole CRM market share. Everybody knows Microsoft is a big company, but I can say that according to the CRM technology, Salesforce is in the market share, it has more percentage than Microsoft. That's why it is keep growing. And you can see the other CRM technology companies over here. Salesforce, it has started, I believe, 1999 in a classic way in a home in California. It was keep growing, but since last, especially 6-7 years, that is the number one CRM company. So why people choose the Salesforce? Of course, it is emotional. It is a big opportunity to work remotely nowadays. And it's about the salary, of course. Because according to the Business Insider, Salesforce architects make this much money. And since we said by 2026, they are expecting 9 million jobs related to the Salesforce ecosystem. 1/3 of that jobs is expected by 2022, which means this is a great opportunity to start working on Salesforce related jobs, because this expectation It's huge numbers. We talk about the FANG companies, they already switched to the Salesforce. Not only the big companies, but also more than 200,000 companies, they have already switched to the Salesforce. And it is keep growing every day. And we would like to share this information because we believe that when we share all this information, we are going to grow together. This is another facts about the Salesforce. When you complete this Salesforce Bootcamp, you will be able to apply the jobs about Salesforce Administrator, Salesforce Developer, App Builder, Salesforce Architect. So the most common opening in the market right now, that is the Salesforce Developer. I'm going to share with you guys about the which Salesforce paths you are going to be able to follow, and then we are going to focus on according to what you needed. As you see here, the increase in the Salesforce job, 47%. This is really big. And this is the most common question I think everybody considers about that, how much they make. There are some different sources like Indeed, Glassdoor, or Built-in, and they all say these are the national average, 118K in a year. It's really good. 103K according to Glassdoor. This is national average salary. And according to Built-in, it is like 112K. Even if you take the average of these three sources, you are gonna be able to see like 111 to 112K. So it's really good salary. All right, now we are gonna talk about why you need to choose this fortune tech. I would like to start with our story. As a human being, we believe that digital transformation is everywhere in our daily life. So we need to catch up and we need to improve our personal capabilities. It doesn't matter what job you are doing right now. You have to follow the technology. Think about you forgot your phone at home. Most of us, maybe we are not going to be able to reach the destination if we don't have our phone with us. Maybe we are using that one to reach our families in other countries. So that's why we have to follow the technology. In this case, Salesforce is the best CRM technology to start and dive into the IT industry. Why? Because Salesforce started as a less code announcement, which means you are going to write some code if you need it. But first of all, you can do some stuff according to the Salesforce administrator eligibility. So we are going to talk about the details later. We are having lots of questions about, I don't have any IT background. Is this bootcamp will be for me? I can totally understand that. I had no IT background before. Some of you guys already know me. So, but it is possible because in this market, first of all, there are lots of openings. For example, some of the people I heard already, they have the certification, but they don't even know what's going on exactly in Salesforce. But some of the companies, they allow them to work for them because they believe that people, they are going to be able to handle everything in Salesforce. Because if you just think about the Salesforce administrator status, then you are just gonna do everything by just a click, nothing else. You don't need to write anything. And since we said Salesforce brings the companies and the customers together, we are targeting to bring the smart students and the IT industry together. That's why we designed this course according to the no IT background people. So we are gonna start from all the way from the beginning. And our instructors, they already get the instructions about that, and they know they need to start from very early beginning. That's why we say, let's do this together, because we would like to share our experience, and we would like to announce that this opportunity is not only for one different type of companies or different type of groups or something like that. We would like to share this thing with everyone. That's why what we did, we put some free web development course. Of course, we know at the end of this bootcamp, you are not gonna be a web developer, but you are gonna be able to get the knowledge as a beginner and intermediate level web development, because we want our students can be able to create their own website at the end of this course. Why? Because this is gonna give you the opportunity to put that your website inside your resume, and whatever you are looking for, whatever you are saying on your resume, then it is gonna be proof of that. For example, you are gonna say, I know HTML, I know CSS, I know JavaScript. And when you create that website, it is gonna include all these up. And it is gonna be proof for you. And also we added some free Java course here. Normally inside the Salesforce bootcamp, most of the bootcamps here around here, they don't have this stuff. We are teaching the Java because we believe that nobody wants to write down in their resume if they don't know any software or any language, programming language. That's why we would like to give the free Java course opportunity, because in Salesforce, we are not gonna use the Java coding. We are gonna use the Apex. But Apex is the almost same, I can say, with the Java. In your resume, if you write down, you know the Apex, but you don't know Java, some of the people are gonna laugh at you. That's why we would like to give the Java at least beginner and intermediate level. And also, this course will last 6 months. We designed this one as a 6 month because if somebody, he or she doesn't have any IT background, they need some time to digest the information, because bootcamps are like giving you a bunch of information at the same time. To digest it, you need to repeat it. You need to review it. That's why you need some time. That's why we designed this one as a 6 months. In our classes, we are gonna make them as a limited capacity, because we would like to answer each and every question from our students. And our classes, it will be really interactive. Sometimes we are gonna play games, sometimes we are gonna ask questions, sometimes we are gonna laugh together. But it will be all together. Our students will have easy access to the resources and their instructors. In this course, we are gonna have 2 projects. One of them will be the Salesforce administrator project. The other one will be the Salesforce developer project. Why we are doing this? Because you are all aware about it. There are a bunch of YouTube videos and the other stuff on the internet. Maybe you can think about, I can learn by myself. Yes, you can learn some stuff by yourself, but Salesforce has lots of details inside, and none of the YouTube videos or the other videos, they consent or they have the same content what the bootcamps have. And the biggest advantage for the bootcamps, whatever you learn, you are gonna have an opportunity to practice that. In that way, you are gonna understand. That's why we learn this subject. In our project, I use it here. And also, we want you to understand the projects very well, because when you go to the interviews, they are gonna ask you what was the job you were doing on your last project. You should be able to talk. You should be able to feel the confidence. That's why we are gonna have the projects. Now, I said Salesforce has lots of details inside. This is one of the proof. I'm just gonna share the Salesforce credentials. You can say Salesforce certification programs. These are the paths you can follow. You can choose to become a Salesforce administrator. You can choose to become a Salesforce developer, or app builder, or implementation expert, or marketing specialist, or to become a Salesforce architect. But each and every path, they requires some certification. And everything starts with the admin certification. In this course, I'm gonna share, like, for example, the best 7 Salesforce certifications for 2021. And what type of certification you will get end of this bootcamp. So these red ones, you are gonna be focused on, and you will be able to get Salesforce Administrator Certificate, Developer Certificate, and App Builder Certificate. These are the 7 best Salesforce certification. You will get 3 out of 7 certificates. Even only one Salesforce certificate is a great key to find a job in the Salesforce ecosystem. End of this bootcamp, you will have 3 of them. I would like to share our curriculum, which I already talked about, the web development. Why do we have a web development inside this curriculum? Because inside that web development, you will learn about the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the languages you will need it inside the Salesforce developer training while you are learning LWC. Because Salesforce has a LWC, which is the #1 question in the interviews. You have to know that. That's why we are just building the foundation from the beginning of the bootcamp. It will take like 1 month. After then, you will start with the Java. You will learn the basic and intermediate level Java. Then we are gonna repeat that one with the Java interview questions. While you are learning the web development, you are gonna already start the Salesforce administrator training, which will take 2 months. End of 2 months, you will have the Salesforce admin project. After then, you will get your Salesforce administrator certificate. From the 3rd month, you are gonna start to Salesforce developer, and we will start to prep you guys for the interviews. We are gonna start with the admin interview preparation. Then we are gonna teach the SDLC, which means software development life cycle. which is gonna teach you when you go to any company, what is the methodologies they follow up. You should know this one before you start any big companies or small companies even, because they are using the different methodologies. And then we are gonna have lots of practice session for the Java and the web development also. And 5th and 6th months, it is going to be interview prep last 2 months. And we would like to reach each student, go through the interview process as much as they can. Because most of our students, we know they are gonna be Turkish students. Even the whole bootcamp will be in English. But we know Turkish people is a little bit shy. I don't know why, but we are. So we would like to break this ice before you go to the interview process. That's why we are gonna prepare you guys for the interviews. And we are gonna prepare really hard. At the end of the 6 months, you are gonna have the Salesforce developer project. Then you are going to complete the course. This is the question I believe everybody asking. That's why I thought it is the best way to explain everybody from the same channel, same video, we can declare everybody at the same time. So how much it is gonna be cost? As I said, some of the other boot camps, they don't have that much context inside the boot camp, but we are looking for, as a regular price, 10,000 K normally. But in the first action for the first class, we have a special 20% discount until May 1st, 2022. As I said, this course includes the free web development course, free Java course, and we have some payment options. This is the way we just would like to share with you guys. 6 times 750 for each month during the course, and rest you will pay when you get the job. For now, I think I exceed my time a little bit, but we can continue with the questions and answers. I'm gonna be on mute and I'm gonna be waiting for your questions. Yeah, I can see some questions about the how much does it gonna cost. I believe I answered that question. Let me see. Is it going to be any internship opportunities? Yes, I can say, because what we are trying to do is when we graduate our students, at the same time, the other batches will be continued, and we can provide some internship also with the other consultant companies, maybe. Is it just a point and click? I couldn't get the question correctly, I believe. But for the Salesforce administrator portion, yes, I can say, because if I'm not understanding wrong way the question, on the administrator part, you are gonna be able to solve the problems with the just by clicking mouse. If you cannot handle the problem with the automation tools in the Salesforce administrator, then you can focus on the coding, on the Apex, or some triggers, writing some triggers. Is it possible to land a job without any experience? So for this question, I can say we provide this course according to who has no IT background, but still it needs something from the student side. So if you work hard, if you digest everything what we have, what we share with you guys in the bootcamp, then it's totally up to you. But these are the projects, 2 projects. You can say, I work on these 2 projects, and that's gonna give you the experience. And another question about Salesforce is the platform where we can use coding and programming in order to make things efficient for customers. And is it even possible without coding? So if you go through the system administration openings, positions, yes, I can say it's possible. Because on the Salesforce administrator portion, you need to like create the users, you need to create the profiles, you can adjust the security settings, that kind of stuff. And also it has some automation tools inside. You can use that automation tools to provide the best customer service, I can say. I think we answered all the questions. Let me check the chat also. Yeah, they are asking if is there any sample classes they can watch. If yeah, if you can go through the website, if you click the YouTube link for Sanjay, you are gonna be able to reach his YouTube channel, or you can reach Udemy classes also if you would like to. I think we are answered all the questions. And yeah, there is another question. We are going to provide like 2 weeks until I can say May 1st. So you can decide if this bootcamp is for you or not. After that point, you can, if you would like to stay, you can stay after May 1st, but you can get the classes free until May 1st. I think that's all. We already exceed our specified time, but I really appreciate for your patience, and thank you for sharing your precious time with us today for Sunday. Thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.